Tower of Jank is a survivor-like where you play cards in real time while hordes try to kill you. Welcome back to Cobalt Black. The dev was kind enough to give me a code for Tower of Jank, and boy am I glad I got it. I almost missed this hidden gem. This survivor-like deck builder released today. Think Brotato meets Slay the Spire. You're surviving waves while building your deck on the fly. After several hours, here's whether it's worth $7. Verdict at the end, but first let me show you why this mashup works. You played Vampire Survivors of Brotato, you know the formula. Survive waves of enemies while they get progressively harder. The twist here is instead of picking upgrades between waves, you're building a deck of cards that you play in real-time combat. You start each run by picking one of two classes. Each has access to 70 plus cards, and as you finish waves, you're offered card choices to add to your deck, relics, and upgrade charges. You're constantly playing these cards manually while enemies swarm you. No auto attack here. Your damage comes from your deck. While you play cards, time slows to show you the area they'll affect. This helps with the chaos, but the core loop is managing your deck execution while staying alive. Cards cost resources, have cooldowns, and you need to balance offense, defense, and movement. The manual card play gets overwhelming. There is an auto battler mode where your deck plays itself. You still move and dodge, but the game handles timing, and it's basically Brotato mode. Watch your build work while you focus on positioning. Between runs, you unlock pills. These are modifiers that change how each run starts. The goal is finding card synergies that turn you from barely surviving to a screen-clearing god. When it clicks, it's the survivor-like power fantasy with deck-building depth. What works? The mashup of genres is smart. Survivor-likes can feel passive since you're often just walking around while auto-attacks do the work. Adding manual card play makes you actively engage. Every wave demands decisions, not just positioning. And the deck building has real depth. Cards combo with each other. Relics amplify specific strategies, and finding those broken synergies is satisfying. I found a build where every card I played spawned explosions, and suddenly I wasn't dodging anymore, I was deleting waves. But there's even deeper synergies I found, where there are cards that will pick up your previously spent projectiles and have them orbit around you to deal damage once more, or even have projectiles you've already thrown out return to you immediately, passing through enemies again. The difficulty curve is well tuned. Early waves let you experiment and build your deck. Late waves demand you've made a cohesive build. It's not artificially hard, it just expects you to optimize. Meta progression feels meaningful. You're unlocking pills or modifiers that genuinely change how you approach each class. It's not just stat boosts. Each unlock expands your options. I kept wanting to try new builds. What doesn't work? The pixel art can make it hard to track yourself during peak chaos sometimes, but this is a problem that happens with most survivor-likes. Even Vampire Survivors has this problem. It's the nature of the genre when you're dealing with hundreds of sprites. The UI is very simple. It works, it's not cluttered or confusing, but it's also not polished. It looks basic, functional, but not impressive. If you need visual flair, this won't deliver. But if you just need clarity, it gets the job done. I did encounter bugs. One where I went into the shop and none of the inventory showed up, just the prices, and you didn't know what you were buying. But it is a small dev team, and these are understandable and expected. The difficulty can feel punishing if your build isn't working. Unlike some survivor-likes where you can limp to the end with a mediocre build, Tower of Jank demands synergies. If you're not finding card combos, late waves will destroy you, and that's by design. But it does mean that bad RNG on card offers can sink a run before you recover. This is also simply the nature of roguelites. It's often not so much bad RNG as it is lack of knowledge about how to adapt. And honestly, the auto battler mode is sometimes better than playing manually. I had builds that performed worse when I piloted them because I would mistime cards or click one card that I thought was really another one, and that just comes with time, practice, and knowledge. The game rewards good execution, but it also exposes when you're the weak link in your own build. It's not really a flaw, but it can be humbling. So who's Tower of Jank for? If you love survivor-likes but find them too passive, this gives you active decision. Each wave you're managing your deck, timing cards, and optimizing execution. It's Vampire Survivors, but with player skill expression. If you like deck building but don't want manual execution stress, Auto Battler mode exists. You still build the deck, but the game pilots it while you focus on survival. It's the best of both worlds for people who want strategy without reflexes. If you want pure survivor-like simplicity where you just walk around and auto-attack, this adds complexity you might not want. If you want methodical turn-based deck building, like Slay the Spire, this is too chaotic. If you want a survivor-like that demands more from you than positioning, that lets you craft builds with real synergies and rewards good execution, Tower of Jank delivers that hybrid experience. It's trying to be Vampire Survivors meets Slay the Spire. It doesn't really nail either one perfectly, but the hybrid space it occupies is interesting, especially if you're burned out on pure survivor likes. Alright, verdict time. Tower Jank costs $7. It's currently 40% off at $4.19, but I'm reviewing it at full price because, well, sales end. $7, buy if you love survivor likes and want more active gameplay. The deck building adds real depth compared to most wave survival games, and finding broken card synergies is satisfying. For $7, it's a solid twist on the genre if you're looking for something that demands more than just dodging. Skip it if Vampire Survivor's elegance is what you love about the genre. This adds complexity that might feel like bloat, and if you need polish, it'll frustrate you a bit. I definitely think it's worth a pickup if this is any kind of thing that you might be interested in. This game really surprised me and it's a lot of fun. Anyways, guys, if you made it this far in a video, a like and a sub would be very much so appreciated. I'm trying to grow the channel right now and every little bit helps. And definitely hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next upload. Alright guys, I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Peace out.